Ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate that. If you're going to catch us on the replay or you're just getting caught up with us, hey, appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, join the chat, become part of the PAC. We love having new people here. We won't get too excited for the first few minutes. We kind of wait and let people get in here. It's a beautiful day in my part of the world. Getting to be a beautiful day. I hope you guys are doing great. Ken is in the house. Good afternoon to everybody. Ken, how are you, man? What's going on? Uh-oh, got a lot of things going on back there. I see notifications coming through. Like, I don't know what's happening. All these freaking Facebook notifications, and it's not even my Facebook page. Ken, how are you, buddy? Monday? Yeah, did you do your job today? Weren't you doing a job or something today? Going back to being a productive member of society? Are you still working on that? I don't know if I've ever been a productive member of society. But today I'm working on a bunch of stuff, that's for sure. Oh yeah, we got the big party this Saturday, and I mean, it's a big party. So today, I'm trying to get our list all figured out. There you go. Let everybody know that I'm alive on Facebook world, even though it's not my page. Close that out. I got to make up some documents for the party. So, it's like, this is part of what I'm, oh my God, I wish my wife is chatting with a bunch of people on Facebook. And Messengers, for some reason, pops up on my computer while I'm working. Drives me crazy. A lot of people watching. Thank you all for doing that. Don't forget a thumbs up. We are in America, the greatest country in the world. I am David. I am your host of this live stream. I am the leader of the PAC, is what I am, who I am. We are the adventures of PAC. PAC stands for Philippine American Couple. That's my wife and I. And we are glad you guys are here. I gotta pay my federal tax today too. Is another thing I'm working on. I wrote myself a note because I keep forgetting to do that. And then I got my shopping list kind of built up, so I'm good, very good about. Because we got to go to Sam's Club and Walmart this Wednesday. So this week is all about party. A lot of house cleaning. I got the trash taken out today. A lot of cardboard. We're cleaning out the garage, which is forgot where I was at. So we got the trash out to the curb today, which is a good thing. Tomorrow they pick up the trash. That way, man, when we have parties, we never seem to have enough room in the trash cans. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. So I try really hard to make sure we got empty trash cans for the party. Sometimes I even go steal the neighbors' trash cans. Do you guys ever do that? If you have a lot of trash and you're having a big party and your trash can gets filled up, do any of you go to your neighbor and put it in their trash can? Or do you go to your neighbors and ask to put it in the trash can? I wonder how many people sneak garbage into their neighbors' trash cans, or how many of them actually ask permission to do it. And then the real question is, what do you think I would do? You know, All right. I got a lot of things we're multitasking today, so you guys just hang in there with me. And remember, you can ask anything. You may not like the answer I give you, but you can ask anything. I'm trying to charge all of my devices this week. Here, let me turn this on. There we go. All right. Well, we're great, man. You guys all in the background, you got like 2,000 people watching. Some of you guys need to give some thumbs up. You're hurting my feelings. And I know you don't want to hurt my feelings, do you? Man. I was in touch with our good friend out in California today. Play Cell is in the house. Good to see you. How are you? Got notification that we have a big shipment coming in from California for the birthday party that's coming up. So that should be here probably Saturday, I think is what we're going to do by the time it gets here. Is Saturday or Friday. Party Saturday. So, Play Cell, how are you? Hope things are going well for you. And you guys are all welcome to join us for the party. It's my wife's 40th birthday. We are having a big event. They're doing all kinds of really cool stuff. So that's kind of fun. It's a lot of work getting ready for this, but we're almost there. PlayCell says, wake up. So you're just waking up this morning? All right. Well, it is 3:25 here in the central part of the United States. So thank you for being here. We're excited about a lot of things going on in the world. I'm getting ready to, this is like a little thing that we made up. My wife has a wish box. I guess part of the trend is where you get a decorative pretty box, right? And the girls, I guess, or people are supposed to write little messages to you. And it comes with like a stack of cards. And so the people are supposed to write messages or good wishes for your birthday, right? So I decided, or she wanted, so I made up one of these in my video editing software, and I'm going to get ready to print it out on printer paper and see how it turns out. Do you share the FB Messenger with? Yeah. We used to, all right, kid, you know how this works. I had a Facebook page when I got married, long before I met Lorelai. Of course, when you got married, the Filipinos take it all over. So I don't have a Facebook page, Lorelai does. But she claims it's ours, but it's hers. So I don't really have one, but yeah, we share Messenger. So, you know how they are about the craziness, the jealousy. So she can read all the messages from everybody, Now, she is really good about not reading messages for me. One, she probably doesn't care. At this stage, we've been married so long, she doesn't care who's sending me messages. As long as there's not a picture of a girl, she doesn't care. But, Ken, I get you, man. So, Play Cell, hello to you from Ken. But you know how it is, right? You get it. So, but now we've been married so long, she doesn't care as much. And if I tell her I'm having a private conversation of somebody that I don't want her to read, then I give her a little bit of a reason why, then she doesn't do too bad. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't like it. And what more I don't like is all the notifications. So I had to turn the notifications off on my phone because she does so much with all of her girlfriends that it's just ding, 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 and it would drive me crazy. But they still pop up on my desktop on the Facebook opener. But on my phone, I have them kind of hid, I guess. We have the same XP. Nice. I don't know what XP means, but I'm glad we have the same. That must mean we have good taste. Oh, I ordered some hats today. I finally broke down and ordered 2 hats. You know, I spent 5 days looking for hats, and I finally broke down last night, or this morning. I got up early and ordered 2 hats. So, kind of excited about that. They'll be here hopefully by Friday too. You know, but that's my big day so far. Let's see if we can put some printer or ink paper, photo paper here. I gotta load photo paper. Pat's in the house. Good to see you. Pat, how are you, my friend? How is Pat doing today? We're busy working today, Pat, believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe some of us deadbeats like me work. Was this 6? All right. I'm getting ready to try to print this out. I wish I could put a border in it, but I didn't. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. It's going to go nice. It's going to go. Military Man is in the house. Military Man is a member now. Military Man is a member. So I got this on a 5x7 on photo paper. Okay, it looks good. I got high quality print. Let's see what it does. Let's see if I screw it up or not. Yank is in the Philippines. Good morning, everybody. How are you, buddy? Shit. All right. Let me get caught up here on the chat for you guys. Yank is in the house. Military Man is in the house. Everybody said hello to each other, by the way. Oh, I got gifted a member. You did. Our good friend Dennis loves to give out memberships, which we appreciate. And you are one of the lucky ones, my friend. Tony Anthony, a Yank in the Philippines, says, howdy, we got snow, Ken, but it melted very quickly. Nice. Yank in the Philippines. New computer. You got a new computer? I don't have one. I have a very old computer. Snow is gone. Still got crap a ton of snow where I am. Yeah, well, you deserve it up there. Playcell says, I do yesterday, but we got 7 likes even, so it's my birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday to you. Everybody say happy birthday to Playcell from yesterday. Hot days ahead here in the Philippines. Woohoo! My computer is crappy. Well, mine's pretty good. Mine's, I don't know what it is. It's an Alien computer, if that's a brand. And I wish it needs, I don't know. I don't know enough about computers to talk intelligently. But I wish it had, it's getting old. It's probably 7 years old. So it's no longer the fastest thing on the planet. And I do have external hard drives for everything. So my hard drive is not very big. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna cut this out here. Where'd you guys go? Here. So we're gonna cut this. My camera thing doesn't like the photograph, I guess. So we're gonna cut this out and put it on the box so it will pop. What this just says is, thank you for adding to the magic. My heart is full as this room is tonight. Thank you for celebrating in your beautiful shades of blue. Because Lorelai, my wife's birthday party, is all about the shades of blue. We're giving out souvenirs. We always give gift bags away at our parties. We always give goodie bags. Maybe that's why people like to come to our parties so much. And we have really good food. So grab a souvenir, a little token for you to keep as my appreciation. Drop a note, a memory, or a wish in the keepsake box so I can cherish your work forever. So that's done. I'm very happy with that. Now I got to work on another one. Happy birthday, happy birthday. My computer is an 11. The camera don't want to, yeah, it doesn't like the, yeah. 75 Fahrenheit right now. I don't know what my temp is. My temp right now is 60 degrees here. I miss the hot weather. I'll just flatly tell you, I miss the hot weather of the Philippines. Is one of the best things about the Philippines is it is hot. Jimmy's in the house. Jimmy, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Afternoon delight. My dog Lily is over there somewhere. I need to do her nails. Jimmy, everybody's unloaded. Jimmy, how are you, my friend? Hello, Pat from Jimmy. I miss the hot weather up here. Yes, I miss the hot weather. I hate cold weather. I hate cold weather. I think cold weather sucks. Remember, this live stream is PG. PG, it is. Because we all need proper guidance, you know? All right, so that turned out pretty good. Now I got to make another one of these because I need to thank my good friend and my very first YouTube subscriber, James, out in California, for sending us. He's got a big old box of stuff that he's sending us. He messaged me this morning from Seafood City that has a bakery there that makes original, authentic Filipino breads and desserts. So I don't know exactly what all he's sending, but he's sending us stuff. So, Play says, here, hat on top, so buy this flip a clip, even though the future game to the best number. I have no freaking clue what you're talking about. I don't know if English is your first language or not. It's okay if it's not, but maybe you're talking about video games. I'm gonna head out now and take my brother to jazz. Oh, you gotta go to jazz. Nice. I need to, Millie Man, I need to buy some guns. Not guns, I wanna buy 2 guns, I think. So, Jimmy's Spandus, yes, right. So, my friend James, he lives out in California, and they do have a lot of Asian stores and companies based out of there, which is good. Now, granted, you know, his part of California is packing up and leaving. Nobody wants to live there anymore. But he's taken me on video calls to a lot of these places. And I really like Seafood City. I wish we had a Seafood City near us. Because they're some of the best stores there are. If you like Filipino food and Asian food and stuff like that, they're just really cool. I'm a big fan and fascinated. I love to go to like Indian stores and man, you know, we have a El Salvadorian, a couple of Mexican. I like going. We went to a Jamaican store somewhere that was really cool. So, yep, the pineapple bread and it's a coconut pie. Yep. I'm not. You know, I told him. He showed me around and said, "Well, what about this? What about this?" And I said, "Well, the only thing I would do, James, is just not buy too much ubi flavored stuff. Go ahead and get some buko coconut. You know, I can't remember. I think the grass, the Peninsula. There's some other things. I told him, said you just randomly pick whatever's there, whatever you can fit in the box." Because he got a box, 20 by 20 by 20 box, inches, not feet, just to clarify that. So that he's going to be shipping out today. But by the way, what we're going to do with them, and hopefully there's some sweet desserts and breads. We'll put them out for the party. One, for everybody to eat. But Lorelai and I, what I'll do is I'll keep some of them hid back. I'll go through the box. I'm going to go through the box and take what I want. and hide it. Last week he sent me a couple 6-packs of Red Horse. So I gotta, it's in the pantry and the fridge, Red Horse. So I gotta take the one in the pantry out and I'm gonna hide it in my office. So, because I know some of the American guys here, if they see it, even if it's hot, they might stick it in their wife's purse and take it home with them. Because you can't get Red Horse beer anywhere around here. I don't like UB, very earthy, tastes like dirt. Yeah, it's a sweet potato, is what it is. PA Outdoors, how are you, my friend? Haven't seen you in a while. What's going on in your world? How are you? Everybody said hello to PA. Great channel if you haven't visited him. I hope you're getting to do some outdoor stuff. And I have, Yank says, Tony, Yank, have to have my truck towed to be fixed. My dog chewed the brake lines by the rear axle. What the hell is your dog doing that for? That is strange. Your dog chewed the brake line. Now you can replace brake lines yourself, or just have them come into your house and do it instead of towing it. I don't know if I would trust having a car towed in the Philippines. You know what I mean? I don't ever remember seeing a tow truck in the Philippines. Has anybody ever seen a tow truck in the Philippines? That's a great question. But brake lines are easy to replace, I'm sure. Maybe you're better off doing that and doing it yourself. But maybe you need to spray cayenne pepper on the back of your truck so the dog doesn't want to come and lick it and chew it. There must have been something on it. PA says, I'm busy working a lot. We had a great Saturday exploring. Nice. Where did you go exploring at? Bye. Oh, my wife's running late. She's been on the phone talking too much. Hope she's got her phone. She's talking on the phone too much. The dog likes to lick the brake lines. I wonder why though. Is it because they're sweet? Is the brake fluid kind of sweet like antifreeze? Now the antifreeze will kill the dog. The brake fluid should probably kill the dog too. But yeah, you got to spray cayenne pepper or something like that all over that area, something to make that dog hate the thought of getting that. Yeah, that's what I would be doing. That's kind of creepy and weird, man. Well, I guess it's not creepy, it's just kind of weird. I would have to have a long talk with my dog. Say, look, dog. So the question I had earlier is, we're having the big party. Where did my taxes go? I got to write a check to the government for my taxes. But we're having a big party Saturday, and you guys are all invited. Remember, hey, you guys are all invited. We are going to live stream it starting at about 5. We are indeed. I wonder if I got any envelopes. Man, I got to send the government $300. Doesn't that suck? I got to find the checkbook that has money in it. Yeah, we've had great weather here. Oh, my question earlier, see, I get so distracted because I'm a moron, is we got a big party coming up. Big party. Lorelai's big birthday. She's ecstatic about her gift and all of the stuff. So, my truck is 2 years old. Don't know, do not want any Yahoo fixing anything right down the road. Maybe, no. So you're going to take it to the dealership? All right, so you're going to take it to the dealership. Yeah, my wife turns 40, and I wonder if you think the government would not take my money if I, asked them not to on my check? Please don't cash this. So, oh, where did this come from? So anyway, got a big party. I took all of my week's trash out from last week. So our trash comes Monday. So here's my big question. If you had a big party, let me turn that stupid thing back on. And you have a whole lot of trash, what would you do? Would you, if you needed to, would you quietly and sneakily stick it in your neighbor's trash can when the trash goes out? Or would you go and ask your neighbor if you could throw your trash in their trash can? So would you be a sneaky sneak, or would you be an asker? That's the question for the day. Oh, crap. You guys are on my phone. I need to take a snapshot of everything I'm doing, but you guys are on my phone. I'll have to figure out some other way. I hate giving the government money. Pay to the order of butt-licking wipers, right? If those were my only choices, I would, yeah, we're just going to pretend. Now, I'll say, one thing I'll tell you is we have good neighbors. We only have one neighbor that we talk to, but they're really good neighbors. So if I need it, it is. Now, usually I sneak it into the neighbor's yard that I don't like. Yeah, no, I don't do that. I think, okay, so we got one vote for asking. I bet you Anthony would say, throw it over the fence. You know, I guess if you live in the Philippines, you just throw it over the fence, right? Pay to the order of the I suck government. IRS. Jesus Christ, bastards. And of course, we have another friend that actually lives in the neighborhood next door to our neighborhood. If we need to, they can always take stuff. But we wind up having a gigantic full trash can every time we have a party. And so, I mean, major trash quantities. So, thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way, and you come in today and watch me in pain and suffering paying my IRS tax bill. It's not like the government needs my $300. Sign my name. I gotta write this down. For the year of 2025 tax. I'm going to make a note in my memo. Donald, please give me back my $300. You think he would? You think if I wrote a note in there, please, Donald, please give me back my $300. I don't even have a job, you know. And that's a pretty shitty thing. I don't know if you guys know this, and I kind of knew it, but I realized it and got stuck with it a little bit more this year. I'm really shocked that Social Security and disability get taxed. I got taxed. I don't know, and I've been getting taxed every year. That's why we owe money, because the wonderful government taxes me on my disability money. They tax me on my private disability, which I get, right? I get a private disability, and then I get government disability. And I get them taxing me on that, but I get taxed on my government disability up to 50% over a certain amount. So it's not a cheap tax. It's not a cheap tax. Yep, $300 and an extra trash bin. Yeah, we could use an extra trash bin. We're going to show you later in the week what the house looks like with all the decorations. So, all right. I'm going to wait to put this in an envelope because I like to photograph my checks and my paperwork, and I keep it in my file. That way, in case the government comes back and say, you know, I never got that. I'm like, yeah, you did. Here it is. My Views Your World says hello to you. He's doing good on his channel. His channel's growing. He's going to be the next 100,000 subscriber from YouTube. He's My Views Your World is doing great with his channel. Anthony, a Yank in the Philippines, says happy birthday to your wife. Thank you. She's excited. She is. I mean, I can't get it. I'm trying really hard because I'm a very down to earth, or I'm a very unemotional, logical person. And so I'm trying not to be the normal me this week and last week. I'm trying to let her keep her excitement. Me is just a birthday party. It's just another task to be done. Like, all right, let's get the list out and get going, because I'm one of those very organized, detailed persons. I don't put emotions in it. I just put motion to the paper. So, so I'm trying to keep, yay, it's your birthday. And I'm just like, let's just get the paperwork and get it done. Paid online. I don't like to pay the government online. I do it by check. I write them a check because I got, up until April the 15th to pay them. And then it takes them a week or two to cash the check. And I don't know, it's just one of those things. I don't want to make it easy for the government to take my money. I want to make them, and maybe it's making it harder on me, because this is literally, I probably write one check a year, and that's to the tax people. Or if I have to go to the Department of Motor Vehicle, I always take a check, because if you try to do a debit card there, they want to charge you an extra 3%. Yank is asking, David, how old are you? How old do you believe? Can I help you? Come lay down. Anthony, the question not is how old am I? The question is how old do you believe I am? That's what I asked. I will say, here, let me tell you some funny stuff. Where did it all go? Can I share some funny stuff with you guys? All right, here's the IRS bullshit. Let me put this somewhere where I don't lose it. Hold on. Because I've rearranged my office and I'm still not ergonomically figured out what I'm doing. Anthony says, 50 what? 50? Okay, I'll accept 50. 50 is good, Jimmy says, hello, Jimmy, you'll like My Views channel if you haven't subscribed to him. He's over there in the Philippines hanging out with all the hookers. The young ladies. So, not that you like hookers or anything. It's not what I was saying, Jimmy. I wasn't accusing you. Where did that paperwork go? Here it is. It's a guessing game. But 50 sounds good. I feel like I'm 50. My body feels like I'm 97 and been ran over by a steamroller. But other than that, I feel like I'm 50 or 30. Good, My Views Your World. Good morning to you, Jimmy. Me, no, I know. So, all right. So here's a funny. I got a lot of funnies in my life. My wife has an itinerary for her party, which I'm a big believer in. When you're having I can't even talk. I was getting ready to say something else. But when you're having a party, right, it is really, really good to be organized and to kind of get it flowing. Otherwise, just chaos. Now, some parties are designed where all you do is come and drink and eat. But we got a lot of things. It's her birthday, right? So I told her and encouraged her, and she did, made up an itinerary of what we're going to be doing. Now, I'm going to be doing some of this for you guys on the live stream. But I thought it was funny because she's wanting a birthday toast. Yank says 65 this year, didn't feel like it. Well, you look 65. You mean? I'm only kidding, Tony. Yeah. Tony is 65. I can't imagine being 65. You want to know the truth? I can't imagine becoming 60. I don't know how the hell I've gotten to 50. I really don't. And I know my body has aged horribly. My mind is screwed up from my coma. I have squishy brain syndrome. But I don't know how the hell I got here. That's the big thing. 67 in June. Wow. So, all right. So my wife wants she's got the party starts at 5 p.m. The live stream is scheduled for 5, but I am going to start a little bit early because I got work to do in the kitchen. So 5 p.m. arrival and cocktails. I don't know where she, we're not serving cocktails. We got some booze in there if you want it, but I guess cocktails mean soda because we don't serve big cocktails. I mean, we got alcohol if you want it. God loves you. Everybody loves me. I can't help it. But she has at 5, so, and you know how people get late. And Lorelai emailed a pretty little thing to everybody that's coming, telling them what we're doing for the day, which I think is great. But it says it's supposed to arrive around 5, and you know how Filipinos are about being on time, so they won't get here probably until 5:30, 5:45. So at 5:45, she wants the grand toast, is what she's calling it. A special welcome for the guests. I'm going to be for the guest of honor. I'm going to start this event off, and she got on chat GBT and looking up birthday toasts. And she started sending me birthday toasts that she thought I should read or memorize to do for her party. Like, what? And so she sent me a whole bunch of them. And I'm like, Lorelai, I'm not doing that. I am not reading some corny ass shit. I will ad-lib it. I'll work it out this week. I will figure it out. Don't trust me, because I also got a lot of other announcements to make before I get to the toast. So I just thought it was funny. She's like, oh, it's kind of like wedding vows. It's kind of like if your fiance was going to write your wedding vows to her. So my wife wants me to give her a toast that she found on the internet for her birthday. David's not going to do that. Come on now. I can't do that. That's no fun at all. But she does got some good buzzwords that I can use, so I'll do that. And I'm going to keep the toast much more simpler than, 120 words. No, not doing that. Jimmy says 40, the word broad will be in the toast. Yes. Eli does stuff. Eli, your comment's not showing, but I'm going to tell the audience what it is. So Eli is asking, what's it like to be in a registered sex offender? Eli, I don't know what it's like. You would have to explain that to us. But we don't talk about crimes against people on my channel. And I feel bad that if you're a sex offender, for the people that you victimize, not you. So you are probably the expert in this field. So if you want to explain how it feels to be living as one, go ahead. That's fine. I will edit it and see what I will or will not show in the chat. What's your name again? Eli. All right. So I pray and hope that you registered. Thinking of that, you guys remember Johnny Somalia, that kid that went to Korea and made a bunch of dumb stuff, and he's in the Korean prison. I guess they're getting ready to sentence him. And here is something very interesting about this. Apparently, they are wanting to have him registered in Korea as a sex offender, right? And I didn't know this. Apparently, if he's a convicted, which he has been, and now they're just waiting on sentencing, but if they decide the judge makes him a sex offender, then there's a thing with the United States government, which I didn't know this, it's kind of my deal, that makes him a sex offender in the United States. So if he comes back and gets out of prison, and he will have to register as a sex offender in America. There you go. My Views. Good morning, Ken from My Views. Pat says, oh my. Oh, don't worry about it, Pat. You know how we get a few trolls here and there. You know, we get people that have done bad things, Pat, and you know, I'm okay, you know, if we can educate and help the bad people do better in their lives. And that's kind of what we do on this channel. I mean, there's a lot of topics that we don't talk about because, you know, it's really not that, you know. Hello, AJ. Good to see you this morning. Hello, Pat. How are you? Pat, how are things? I know you had a little snow earlier. Uh-oh. There you go. I almost stopped my chat, so I couldn't read. But, yeah. So, what do you guys think? Do you think I should have agreed to read Lorelai's pre-Jet GBT toast? Or do you think I should make up my own? Should I make up my own toast or read one of the ones that she sent me? Flurries in Indiana this morning. We had a lot of storms over the weekend. Did anybody get hit by the tornadoes like in Kentucky? We had storms, but nothing like bad like other parts of the country. Oklahoma got hammered in storms. What did that person say? Could not hear you. The person asked, Tony, how does it feel to live as a sex offender? And of course, I told him he would have to tell us because he's the expert. He's gonna, you know, I don't know. I mean, he's wanting to talk about his experience. I mean, I don't know. He would have to explain it to us. But that's what he was asking. But he ran away afterwards. Read mine? Well, I'm going to anyway. Are you freaking crazy? I've been, you know, and I'm not saying I'm good at it. And I'm not saying it'll be very good. But I've been doing public speaking all my life. I've spoken to large crowds. And I don't follow things word for word. I kind of have an outline is what I do. I'll have an outline because I got key points. There's something I want to talk about to some of the idiot. I got to be careful. There's something I want to make clear that this party is all about my wife and her birthday, not other people's TikTok channels or YouTube channels. It's about my YouTube channel and, of course, my wife's birthday. Okay, Bad Bunny, yes. Bad Bunny. I never even heard of Bad Bunny before. So, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. No interest. The NFL has lost my attention. I could care less what happens in the NFL anymore. But yes, maybe it's from Puerto Rico. I've been thinking about going to Puerto Rico, but I did. I'll tell you, this is kind of sad. We've been thinking about doing Puerto Rico. But after the drama with Bad Bunny, who I don't know and didn't watch and don't really care, I'm like, you know, maybe I just don't want to go to Puerto Rico if he, in that drama, represents Puerto Rico. I don't know if I want to go to Puerto Rico. So we're not going to Puerto Rico. And apparently we're not going to Mexico anytime soon either. And we're not going to Iran any damn time soon either. But I've been public speaking forever. I write a script out because there's points I want to make. There is something I want to make sure that people understand that this is for my wife, the party is. You know, sometimes there's a tendency for people to think events, even though it's not their event, is all about them. And I want them to understand that this is not, without calling them out and embarrassing them, is what I'm going to try to do. But I got some points I want to make. And then, of course, we also have in our agenda when, and you guys will all love this, when you can pack up food and go home. So, because it's gotten so bad that in our world, at our parties, at our events, that we do a documentation telling them when they can pack food. Otherwise, people will come in and steal the food, and there won't be enough food to feed the people. I've seen it happen at other parties. I've seen a whole pork belly that I made disappear. Literally, a lechon style pork belly, and I'm one of the masters of it because I studied in the Philippines. on how to make this. I make a beautiful pork belly lechon pork belly. Literally got it up, got it set up on the display, turned my back, went somewhere else for about 3 or 4 minutes, and it was gone. And so I started asking other friends, hey, did you get any of the, they're like, well, where was it? It disappeared. The whole damn thing disappeared. Somebody wrapped it up, put it in their purse, and took it home. So we have a rule about when you can pack food up. It's sad that you kind of got to make that announcement. That way, but the key is everybody needs to be able to eat, right? Everybody that comes here, we want them to eat the food that's there. We don't want them to have to go for scraps. So, and then when the end of the night, when there's leftovers, feel free to take it home. It's great because we don't want them. We don't eat leftovers very often. We're not big leftover eaters. So, but that's in the list here down at the bottom. It's like at 9:45, you can pick up your souvenirs. 10 o'clock is, I think, thank you from Lorelei and good night. Lorelei tells everybody to get the hell out of the house. But we'll have people sticking around for quite a while after that. We got some friends that will stick around probably after midnight. They're going to do dancing and karaoke at 8:45. 9:45 is your souvenir and food pickup. They're having a contest, which is going to be horrible for me. Karaoke and contest. We do have prizes for them to get. Lorelei's got prizes for the winners. Yeah, we had a 15-pound, that's a good size one. Mine was probably only 7 or 8 pounds. At a pull league banquet, and it disappeared in minutes. I know, it's crazy. I had ribs disappear one time too. I brought in some ribs from the grill. I had more on the grill. This has been a while. I had a bunch on the grill that I was doing, but I had one set that was good, and I had them cut. I had a whole rack cut in half. To make it easier to work with. I took them in, put them down, and told one of our helpers, who was helping, all right, so let these set a minute. I got more coming in. So I go, finish, come in, they're gone, totally gone. They weren't eaten, they were just gone. It's just weird how this happens. So, now, they can't steal the trash. I would be great if they wanted to bag the trash up and take it home. Why don't they just do that? So we kind of, because I just have a rule, and I've always been this way. I've done a lot of events, very large events, with catered events in my life. And I just have a rule. Everybody gets to eat before anything packs up. I've told you the story about me blowing my top at the college's police department, who came in and ate off of my buffet that people paid for without permission before the guests got there. That lit a fire under my ass like you can't believe. They literally came in. I had the buffet set up. The caterers, we had catered, all set up, waiting for us to come. All the participants of this conference, and I get there early because I'm leading it. I go check on things. And I see these effers eating my food. I blew a top because their office was right outside of the big banquet area. Man, that lit a fire under my ass. How dare you steal food from this buffet? Did you pay for it? No. You people are absolutely disgusting role models. Blah, 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 blah. Then I went to the president, and I went to everybody else, and I just raised every living hell because it pissed me off. If you want to eat afterwards, all right, no problem with that. That's what it's there for. After the people that paid for the damn meal got all they could eat, because they paid to be there to listen to a bunch of us run our mouths about government, environmental regulations, OSHA, compliance, blah, 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 blah. And so you're taking food away from those people that paid money, and I mean good money because I'm not a cheap whore. I'm a very expensive call girl. So, so I have that same rule here at our house. The other rule I have is we only give out the cheap, the cheap Ziploc type bags. I have a bunch of really good, expensive Ziplocs, but those are mine. I keep them for me. They have to use the cheap ones. The drama of living with a Filipina, man, let me tell you. The drama of these bodies. Oh my God. There. And if you don't have a Filipino wife, you might want to think twice. So that's what I'm working on today a little bit. So my wife made this little thing that nobody can read. So I corrected that. Got some things squared away on that. And then I'm making another thing. And I got to, maybe you guys can help me. Whoever's still here, help me out with this. So I need to make a thing for the buffet or for, because you know, our good friends, James Robinson, is sending us a big shipment of Filipino products made in California from Seafood City. There's a new one close to where he lives, and they actually have a large bakery in-house. So he's sending me a whole bunch of stuff that they're baking, but that's all traditional Filipino, sorry. And so now what I need to do is I want to recognize, you know, his goodness, his kindness at the party so that people know that, you know, he did this. So, but I got to come up with a design. And I do have some AI software that can help me a little bit designing it, and then I can overlay writings, and so that's kind of what I did with this. I made a AI flower thing because she has blue flowers for her thing, right? And then I had a cream color background, then I added all the text. Real simple to do, but now I need to come up with something different because I don't want it to be girly. So I got to work on that. I need some help with that. Let me get to AI. I thought about trying to get it to maybe do something that has, because he's, you know, found, and he has a channel too, but he found us on YouTube 5,000 years ago. So, because I want to, you know, give him a shout out, so to speak. So maybe I could figure out how to do a YouTube border with, I don't know. What do you got? I don't know. I really don't know this one. This is what I'm working on today. So I do got a bunch of pre-made backgrounds in my software. But, oh, and if you guys were around last week, you'll all be happy to know that I finally bought 2 hats. I don't know. OBS, no, I am using Filmora. I don't have OBS. I have Filmora, video editing software. So is what I have. I do have Microsoft Picture It, the new version of it, but I didn't like it. I usually use the old version. All right, looks like we're back. That was weird. So maybe OBS didn't like the fact that I don't use them and they came and blocked me for a few seconds to teach me a lesson. I don't know. That was kind of weird. So now I don't use OBS. I don't do anything real fancy on the live streams, as you guys all know. But not even when I use StreamYard, and we are going to do a StreamYard for Jamie's baby shower, but I don't even do anything real fancy with that, just real simple. I try to keep it simple. I like clean and simple, so, but I need to make a thank you card. So I was thinking if I took a border, a piece of paper, I wonder if I can get AI to like put a string of like YouTube and YouTube logos around it, and then maybe, or social media, make kind of a border and then kind of do a thank you for big, put big James Robinson around in there, for sending all that good stuff to my wife for her birthday, because that's why he's doing it. It's Lorelai's birthday, so he is sending her, not me. He made that clear. So I'm sending it to you. I'm sending it to your wife. So, but he did send me a Red Horse a couple weeks ago. He sent me 2 6-packs of Red Horse. So I forgive him. But but now I need to kind of come up with something like that. Yeah, I don't know how, and I don't know what my AI software is smart enough to do either, or I don't know, because I'm sure my AI is not, like all these really cool AI stuff that you see. I just got basic level, I think. So I don't know. How to do it. I don't know. And I don't want it girly. I don't want to make it girly. I got a feeling this is not going to work because I don't know how to tell AI what I want. Because one, I don't know what I want. It doesn't cost me too much. I'm just going to generate this and see what happens. And I might have to dig through the files and see what pre-ones are already set up in here that I might be able to use and do it that way, because I don't know if this is going to work, because I just don't know what words to use. Ooh. And of course, it doesn't get things right. My AI doesn't spell things right. It's like it makes up imaginary words. Joshua's in the house. Hello, Joshua. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up as you came in. I hope things are going good in your world. So I might have to just go in here and find a background and try to do something creative. But all the good backgrounds you got to pay for. The amazing, energetic Joshua says, I am doing amazing. Thank you for asking. We are good. No problem. Yes. We're having a great day. It's beautiful weather, out. It's almost 60. It is 62 degrees in my part of the world. No real breeze. I'm doing good because I got the trash taken out, which I'm always happy to do on Mondays. I'm doing some laundry. I'm working on presentations for a birthday party coming up. My wife's having a big birthday party. And working on cleaning the house every day until we get to the party time. 27 degrees where you're at. Woo! Ouch. That's chilly. That's chilly. I'm not a fan of the cold weather. So I need to come up with some ideas about how to do this thank you notice, kind of like something like this, for a YouTube subscriber of mine, ours, that's sending my wife a big gift box for her 40th birthday coming up this weekend. And we're gonna put all of these things out from the box, and I'm gonna stage them. Now I'm gonna hide some from us, because I know how our friends are. They will steal every bit of it. Our friends, man, they'll come in and because a lot of it's prepackaged, they will come in and literally just dog ball out of it. So thank you for saying happy birthday for my wife. So I'm thinking I need to make a card to put up right where all the treats are that our subscriber friend is sending us. So and then I'm gonna hide some, of course, but I'm gonna do that. But I want to give him a shout out, so to speak, but I need to do it on paper, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that, is what I'm working on. So, I don't know. I'm looking for inspiration. And then I got to practice, apparently, this week, which I will, a birthday toast for my wife. My wife sent me pre-done birthday quotes and said, here, pick from one of these. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll pick my own. Well, we were discussing my thank you notice to James Robinson for what he's sending my wife as a birthday gift this weekend. He's our very first subscriber on YouTube. He's been following us ever since. And he's shipping us he called me this morning and said, I am shipping a big box of stuff to your house for her birthday. I think, oh, that's great. So I need to make up a sign to put in front of it so I can thank him appropriately. Everybody can see. Give my wife a big check. Yank said I was dog fed. I had to go feed the doggy. Give your wife a big check. Well, she doesn't need a big check. What she has is in the box, which is a big check. She has a box that she's been dreaming of. And yeah, it's like a big check. In the Philippines, it would go extremely, extremely long ways. But that's her gift. Yes, you always got to thank people. Joshua, seriously, on a serious note, part of what I've done all my life as a professional is to try to recognize and thank everybody for their contributions. I think it's extremely important because one slight can send people down a bad road. Where's my water? So it's not so much about, I look at it as thanking everybody, but making sure you don't slight anybody. And when we do the live stream on Saturday for her birthday party, I also will be thanking some other people on the live stream from the social media world and some companies, But he is sending a big box of stuff, so I want to give him a lot of recognition for that. But if you want to be a good business leader, a good family leader, whatever, a good leader, you set the example by recognizing people's contribution. Even if you're in a meeting setting and you guys are discussing something and you don't really want to go down that road that somebody is taking you, you can still make sure they're appreciated, right? Versus kind of going, yeah, we don't want to do that, And how do you appreciate somebody in that case? You hear them out. Eric says, yes, I understand. Yes, thank you. All right. Everyone's life is better for having you in their lives. Oh, I don't think that, Tony. Are you drunk, Tony? Tony might be consuming alcohol, even though it's, 4 a.m. in the Philippines? So, Tony says, everyone's life is better for having you in theirs. Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't. I'm not for sure if I believe in that philosophy, but hopefully I'm not a negative. The key is not to be a negative, but try to be a positive, right? And that's what I've always tried to do. Whether it's been ill-guided or done the wrong way or taken the wrong way. Because look, I got a lot of people that say I'm not a positive in their life. But I am also 1000% real simple. If I am not a positive in your life, then see ya. I don't want anybody to hang out with something that's negative, and I don't do it either. If you're not a positive in my life, and or you're so far gone that you don't recognize that I can benefit you, which means I get something out of the relationship, because every relationship is a give and take. Every relationship, everything we do, we get something out of it. I know there's 20,000 people on the internet or millions of people. No, I do it because I know I don't want anything. Bullshit. Everything we do, we get something from it, or we would not do it. Yank says, true. If I did not mean it, I would not have said it. Well, Yank, I appreciate that, you know. And now if you can translate that into a new house for my wife, I would appreciate it. And if you want to show your appreciation, I need to buy a new house for my wife in Florida or Alabama, down by the coast, the coastline. The Gulf of America is where we want to be. And I need a new house for her. So, but no, I appreciate that, Tony. I do. And people may go, well, no, I do it. And I say, no, you truly get a reward. Something you do, whether it's feeling good, feeling powerful, being needed, having your time used. Because a lot of people actually want to be useful. A lot of people really want to give their time. It makes them feel valuable when they give their time. I know this. I've learned this the hard way, especially with old people. A lot of old people want to be acknowledged and recognized for their experience, and if they can give you a little bit of time, they want that. So just keep that in mind. Everybody wants to be recognized. So I know I got off track there, Joshua, but it's a good thing to recognize. I even thank Tony, acknowledge Tony's hard work. Tony has a channel, doing the Philippine thing. So, but I got to work on it. So I still need a design concept. I could probably find a picture of James, but I wouldn't want to put his picture on there. I don't want to make a caricature of him. Maybe I could just do, I don't know if I can get my AI software to do this, but I wonder if I could somehow just do a background full of breads and pastries and treats, and then just overlay a big thank you to him and put maybe a YouTube logo on it so that people know. What do you guys think? So this image maybe would have like a whole bunch of breads and snacks in the background, and then I could layer his name, a big thank you, and then maybe put a YouTube logo at the bottom so that they know that's where he comes from. Because I want him to be acknowledged, but I also, part of it's marketing and advertising, right? So we have signs you can tell when you come to this house that we have social media. You can tell it. It's not hard to figure out, right? So part of it is for anybody who's new. Now in this party, nobody's new. This party, everybody are invited guests, and we hand selected the people coming to this party. When we do our big tropical shirt party, now we invite everybody, anybody and everybody. But this one, we've actually sent invitations out to certain people. And I guess not to certain people, but, there you go. So maybe we can do that. I don't know. I got to do something, or I'm doing nothing. Got to do something, or I'm doing nothing. All right, so let's get back over here to the AI thing. Where's my AI media? Ooh. Now, I do have some AIs that have beautiful women in it, but James ain't a beautiful woman. I could do one with like a really cool car in the background, but, I got one that has some pills in it. All right, let's try this. A background full of Philippine breads and snack. Oh, I got some candy coming, by the way, not from him. I know you guys probably think I'm on drugs, but look, the Philippines has one of the greatest candy bars I've ever had in my life. I'm serious. And I can buy them in America, but they run about $4 and something a piece, and I ain't doing that. That's just crazy drug money, right? I'm not giving you $4 for a damn candy bar. Well, apparently Lorelai, one of her friends, has a different Asian site that they buy some stuff from. And Lorelai is buying some red hot dogs. You know, we all know about the red hot dogs in the Philippines, right? So she is buying, and look, there's one brand of red hot dog that's not bad. The others are kind of weird. But the red hot dog's famous in the Philippines. She's ordered some of those, and she found that this same place sells the candy bar that I like for 50 cents. So she bought me 10 of them. She could have bought me 12, but she only got me 10. So when they get in, I'm going to show you these. These are probably the best candy bars in the whole world. And like in the Philippines, I think they're at 10 pesos. So you guys will be shocked. All right. Cost me a little bit of money to make this, but I'm going to make it. And on my software, AI is an add-on, so I got to buy, what do they call it, points or coins or whatever is what I got to do. I'm not really liking it. I mean, one of these might work. They don't excite. It doesn't excite me. You know, the options they gave me just doesn't excite me too much. Let me know if you guys want to see the pictures. I'll show you what the AI created. I asked it to generate a background full of snacks, breads, and candies from the Philippines, and it gives me options. But if you want to see it, let me know. But I'm not real happy with it. What else could I try? And I even, maybe I could throw some words in there like the Filipino flag. An arrangement of snacks and breads with some different types of Philippine flags. Let's try it. I don't know. I don't think I'm doing too well. But we'll give this a try and see what happens. What are you guys having for breakfast in the Philippines, Tony? What are you eating this morning? What is Joshua eating? I need to know what you guys are. Ooh, these might be all right. Something like this might work. I'm more excited about this already. Ooh. Yeah, these look pretty good. This might be something I can work with. Oh, wow, these are nice pictures. These are better. That one has bread. Oh, there you go. This one's nice. This one has the... You're going to have chips this morning? I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner. Some of these are okay. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put thank you to his name on this and a YouTube logo. But these are cool pictures. They came up with some really cool pictures. Oh, this one's pretty good. My views, your world. I will skip breakfast, saving room for lunch. Well, here's the sad thing in this house. I'm out of bananas. I can't have a banana today. I'm out of my tea that I've been drinking. We went to Sam's the other day, and Sam's is no longer selling like the 36 pack or any pack. So I'm out. That's on my Walmart list now. And so what did I? Oh, I had a piece of bread for breakfast. So we're not doing pretty good. We got a whole gigantic list of stuff to get at Walmart and Sam's Club on Wednesday to get prepared. You guys are going to love the food. I'm telling you. Even the Americans, I mean, we got a lot of Americans saying they're coming. I don't know if they will or not. The husbands. Because the husbands seem to like to come to our house and eat the good food that we make, all the ribs. So while I'm thinking of these pictures, we're cooking ribs, sliders, ham and cheese sliders, a barbecue pork slider. I'm making some little smokies and meatball barbecue mix. And I'm making, of course, a spinach artichoke dip, crusted with Parmesan cheese. And then I'm also making a new dish, a stuffing type dish, which I've never done before, so I'm making that new. We're making a big thing of biscotti. Lorelai makes a Philippine hybrid American type of biscotti that's pretty good. Everybody seems to like it. And of course, lumpia's coming, the ribs, the chicken. We're making 4 or 5 other big pots of Filipino dishes and some fish head soup. So we have a large grouper's fish head or red snapper. I can't remember which is left. We either have a red snapper head or a grouper head. And, she's going to be making a big thing of soup out of that, which I won't eat. Then I'm making some ubi cookies. I got some ubi sweetened condensed milk that I need to get rid of, use up. So I'm going to be making some cookies out of that, And, oh my gosh, I think they're making that Filipino fruit salad. I don't know if you guys have ever had that. Not my favorite. It's too sweet. I don't like how much sweetened condensed milk they put in it. So, but she's making that. And then, of course, we'll have a lot of sodas to drink. We do have alcohol here, but we don't normally just, you can drink whatever you want. We don't care. So, what else are we making? Oh, my goodness. Gosh, so much stuff. Man, some other things. Pork, making several pork dishes. I don't think they're making maybe they're making the blood soup. What's a blood soup called? Does anybody remember that? What that one calls? So I think they're making some blood soup. Ginagon, maybe? I don't know. All right, Anthony, you hang in the Philippines. I hope your truck gets fixed. I hope the dog decides that it doesn't like to lick brake fluid after all. I think that would be a great thing if your dog says, I just don't think I like drinking brake fluid. So hopefully that will happen. But I hope you get your truck fixed without too much cost, too much effort. Oh my goodness gracious, how am I going to do this? This is hard trying to figure out. That's not helping me any. Thinking, I gotta think. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try to get AI to make me. Now, should it be more of a serious thing or kind of like a cartoony thing? Because I can choose if I want it to be like high definition or cartoony or even Asian-y, like the pixel stuff and all kinds of stuff. So, how about a border? And so I've asked it to give me a border. I'm trying to get a border that maybe has some breads and snacks and some flags on it. Damn. Might be able to work with this. I could try to see what I can pull off here. Let me get this where I can work on it. I found it's going to give me one-ish. Let me see. Man, this is really hard. Maybe I could Google examples, you know? Examples of thank you. I don't know, what would you call this? Like, for the snacks. Little Debbie's used to be one of my corporate sponsors. They were always really nice. Let's go to images. All right. So I might be better off just building it layer by layer, which will take me longer. You know what? Here's something I think I might do. I bet you if I go out to Seafood City's website, they might have pictures that I could cut and paste and use and steal from them. Of like snacks or something. I might be able to steal those. Let's try. Oh, that's asking me at the store. I don't know. I got to get into a store so I can see this. Snacks. Let's see what they have. Maybe I can steal some pictures from them. Or maybe Red Ribbon or Goldilocks. I could probably steal some pictures from them. And then just layer on top of it is what I'm thinking. And maybe Seafood City has, since they have their own bakery, let me see if I can, Baker's Avenue. What is this? There we go. So this is the stuff that he's going to be sending us, is a lot of this stuff. So, but I might have to do a lot of cutting and pasting with this. And cakes from the Philippines. All right, see, here might be some nice pictures I can steal. Because, you know, one thing you gotta understand that if you can't create it yourself, you can always go out there and steal it from somebody else. I can hear my dog snoring. I might have a way. I might have some. Well, I agree. You know, look, I'm not above, you know, stealing from the internet or stealing from somebody else. Because I need the help figuring it out. This is nice. This would be a good one. Oh, that's a good one too. Shit. Where did that image go that I liked? Now I lost one of the images that I liked. Man, my dog is snoring like a freaking freight train. I mean, she's in the living room. I can hear her from here. Red Ribbon, a lot of times, I think they got like, that I might be able to steal this image, man, I wish we lived close to a red, well, I'd be even fatter than I am, so probably not. But I think Red Ribbon has like a gift basket. Man, I love those damn empanadas. Yeah, so they got baskets where you can buy a combination of things. I just gotta find them. Let's see. Family deals, Palbach, or book, or whatever you call it, sweet pastries. Pat likes that. Yeah, see, they have, I know Red Ribbon has a combo pack of a bunch of different breads that you can buy. They won't ship it to you, but if you live close to a Red Ribbon, you can order it and go get it. But like here's, they got a pack or a sweet variety pack. I might be able to steal this image because I am a master thief on the internet. Because we have a program, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this, and I'm sure some of you smart IT people have. It's called Snip and Sketch. Snip and Sketch, it's like scissors, allows you to literally trace or put a box around any image or any word or anything, any logo, and it will cut it out of the internet and you can save it, give it a name, and save it on your desktop. So I'm going to do that and call this one Snacks. I might be able to work with this. So don't be shy. But look, I mean, I like Red Ribbon. I'm telling you, if we lived close to a Red Ribbon, we'd be fatter than ever. But, all right, I got something I'm going to work with. Let me get rid of some of this other stuff. Man, if you guys like Asian food, I'll tell you. Pandy, Sol, there you go, Spanish. Breads, okay. Let me get over, oh, James messaged me. Oh, James, what's going on? Hang on. Now, let me see if I can figure out. All right, let's skip this. Now, I am going to go back. I need to go back to my media page on my software. And I got to import my new photo that I stole from the internet. Because here's a lot of things you don't know. If you go out there and steal an image from the internet, right? If somebody really gets pissed at you about it, which nobody will, like this, they're going to send you a cease and desist letter first. And as long as you do that, you're all right. Unless they figured out you made like $400 billion off of their product, and then they may be pissed off of their image. So then they may be a little mad. Let me see. I'm going to try this. I'm not sold on what I'm doing. I'm not super sold on what I'm doing. Hang on, I got to think a second. Tim's in the house. Hello, Tim. Good to see you, my friend. Everybody say hello to Tim. Tim, I'm working, slaving away. So, Tim, how are things in the Philippines? Clicking the fingers to the bone? I am. I'm working on getting things ready for Lorelai's party. We got goodies coming in this week. Just waking up in the morning. Hopefully your air quality index will be good today. I said yes. Isn't that strange when there we go. We had bad storms over the weekend in my part of the world. Oklahoma, places got hammered. We didn't get very bad, so that's good. I wonder if Clark Airport has installed noise abatement equipment. I am not hearing as many planes. Maybe they're gone. Maybe they are over in the campaign in the Middle East. Because there's a lot kicking off in the Middle East if you guys haven't been keeping it up that far away. A lot of situations in the Middle East. I guess Israel and the United States took out the leadership there. And there's ongoing stuff. So I don't think it will last too long. I don't believe. But maybe they've moved equipment around, Tim. Because I know everybody's on high alert at the moment. Okay, it's a lot of flights, but you're not hearing the noise. Gotcha. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people have been, if you guys in your part of the world been kicking off or listening to the news about, you know. Looked like the retaliation is hitting other countries there. They're getting mad about that. Okay. I know Dubai is having, that part of the country. I also know that, we had that situation in Mexico that has affected air travel and cruise travel in Mexico. So, And I know Trump has made some statements out there trying to give an update. I know the Secretary of War has made some updates. And of course, it's hard. It's really hard in America, you know, to get any real information. That, I'll tell you, that is one of the most frustrating things in the United States. In the United States these days, you can't trust anything from any of the news sources, which is really frustrating because so many people just want to know what's happening. We don't want a bunch of political bullshit about it. We just want to know what's going on. We'll make up our own minds whether it's right or wrong. We don't need them to do that for us. We just want to be able to look and see and go, oh, so we sunk 9 ships. These people are dead. Just give us the facts. Don't put your own spin on it. In America, you can't do that. So I know this sounds funny, but a lot of times I read or watch Sky News out of Australia for what's going on in America. So, which is sad that I got to watch news from another country to know what's going on in my own country. Pat says, Mark, his girlfriend, is doing good. Nice. They are planning to figure getting married. Woohoo. Are they going to do the K1 or are they going to get married in the Philippines? I think that's a good thing. So, you know, Fox International and CNN. Yeah, I go to the internet to try to get real news. That's the hard thing. I mean, it's just frustrating to me. But the only thing I do know for sure, apparently, is some of the other countries like Qatar, and some of the others are pissed, not at us, but at Iran, because Iran has struck them. And they were just sitting there doing nothing, even though they have bases. And I guess the British people finally got hit in one of their bases. So now they're finally mad. So I don't think Iran, to be honest, what I probably think is they're kind of just doing whatever. There's factions in Iran that has weapons, part of the military, and they're just doing whatever they want to do. You know, there's no gigantic collab. So I think they're just throwing shit up in the air and seeing what happens. But I will say this, and look, and I'm not a military guy, but and maybe it's because I really don't know how the military works or how this really works. I'm a little shocked that we've only destroyed 10 Iranian ships. I would think ships would be easy to blow up. They all have to be in the water, right? They're floating in the water. Wouldn't ships be easy targets? Qatar is getting hit, Dubai, and Doha, they're all getting hit. So now they're all getting mad at Iran because, hey, they weren't in the fight, but now they're going to be in the fight. which maybe is part of Trump's plan, right? I don't know if we give him credit for that. We give him, I don't know, if he went, hey, yeah, if we blow up their leaders, there'll be, like a whole bunch of little snakes versus one big snake, and they'll just start bombing the shit out of everybody. Or maybe he knew that because Iran has just said, look, if we go down, we're going to take everybody with us. And I do think that's probably been their threat for many years, that if they go down, they're going to take everybody. That's why they wanted nuclear weapons, because then they could threaten the world saying, look, if you attack us, we're just going to release everything on everybody. Hezbollah is carrying out attacks on Israel in retaliation of the supreme leader. So I think it's not done yet. And I think it'll be a little bit before. Ships give off too many environmental problems? Okay. Well, I know they were talking about blocking the ships, blocking the debris. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to block shipping ways, right? I get that. I don't know how many battleships Iran has. I don't know. I don't feel like they probably have a large naval presence like, carriers and all of that. I don't know. But Israel issues evacuation warning for Beirut suburbs. Okay. And Israel had to know that some of this is going to happen, and so they did it anyway, which is okay. Qatar reserves the complete right to respond to Iranian attacks. I don't know if Qatar has a military, do they? I mean, I'm sure they kind of do in some way, shape, or form. What about Dole? I mean, same thing with Dubai. Does Dubai have a real military? Well, okay, that's kind of what I thought. That's kind of what I thought. I couldn't see them having a naval presence. Some key points that I'm looking at from Sky News. God. Here's the funny thing, and I can relate to this. There's one of our neighbors is walking his dog. His dog doesn't like to go for walks. So his dog will I don't know why he keeps doing this. So his dog will give up and just quit, after a little bit. And he's got to pick her up and carry her back to his house. I can relate because my dog Daisy would do that once in a while. She would just quit. I'm not walking anymore. I'm done. I'd pick her up and have to carry her. So here's some key points. Third day expands as Hezbollah is exchanging fire. 52 killed in Lebanon. Iran says 555 people were killed since the strikes began. I don't get bored. Trump says war could last 5 weeks, but can go 4 longer. What? U.S. fighter jets crash in Kuwait. Okay. Global oil route the Strait of Hormuz closed. UK reveals Iranian drone hit a runaway on Cyprus. Live reporting by Nick. Oh, Jamie's in the house. Jamie, how are you? Hiya, Jamie. Good day to see you. I guess one of the UK bases got hit or something. Miss Avocado is saying hello to you. So Americans are being asked to deport. Israelis are being asked to come back home. So Jamie, how are things in your part of the country? Wow. So Qatar said that they have shot down 2 Russian-made aircrafts from Iran. um, all right. Ken's back in the house. Jamie, hello, good to see you. Working on the fun museum photos. They're okay, supposed to be getting some serious. Yeah, I know you guys may have had some cold weather come through over the weekend. You know, we had just the rain and thunderstorms. We didn't get hit, but there's a big front that moved through. I don't think you guys got any of the bad tornadoes like Kentucky did in Oklahoma, I think. Hi again, thank you for doing that. I've been working on things myself on my computer, but I've got distracted. I got distracted. We're getting close to my wife's birthday party. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we just had some rains and light storms come through. But I know Oklahoma and other parts got some tornadoes and stuff like that. We went over Sunday and brought some food over to our friends that had the baby a week or so ago. And Lorelai got to feed their baby, you know, and play with the baby as much as you can play with a baby. So, but we went over and hung out with them for a while on Sunday. And Lorelai had another party or dinner to go to on Saturday. I got to stay home. But so we did that yesterday, and she got to have a good time with that little infant child. So the funny thing was, you know, the dad and I are really close, and he was telling me, 'cause remember this baby's what, 2 weeks old? Tim, how are you doing? From Ken. So the baby's what, 2 weeks old? And he's asking me, he's asking me about our school systems, because he knows I have knowledge in this field. And I talked to him about what I thought about school systems, but I had to remind him, and I told him, I said, look, your child is literally 2 weeks old. I think you got time to worry about school districts. Where, you know, so we don't need to worry about what school we're putting her in quite yet, or which school she's going to be forced to go to living here. So, but I thought that was funny, you know. Miss Avocado says, supposedly we are having a tornado drill on Wednesday because it's supposed to be rough. Yeah, I agree. It sounds like we're going to have a rough March, you know. It does, you know, April, May, June, you know, January, February, March, April, May. I got a, you know, remember my grandparents used to always say, if March comes in like a lion, which it just did, then it's going to go out like a lamb. So that means we're going to have a lot of the damage and the tornadoes early in the season, and later it's going to be calmer. So that's what they always said. And they said, but if it comes in like a lamb, it leaves like a lion. So, yeah, we only got snow once here. Air quality is about 50 now, and we'll be that level all day. Yeah. Tim, Ken, I'm good so far today, and how are you doing? Yeah, you know, one thing I'll say about I don't like living in the area that we live, of course, as you guys all have heard me say, but we do have good air quality here. We have clean air. I will say that. Now, when I was growing up here, we didn't have clean air because we had problems with the chickens. There was so many chicken farms here. The whole region was Tyson's, and all of their chicken farms were here. And it wasn't so blatant, so good, right? But all of the chicken farms have gone away. They're further down in other parts of rural Arkansas where nobody cares. But around here, the chicken houses got kicked out. So the air quality, I will say, is pretty good here. I don't ever feel like it's bad. Now, once you get into traffic, that's a different story. But just out and about, we have pretty good air quality. So I'm happy about that, but I still want to live down by the Gulf of America so I can have better air quality. That's my big goal, and I'm working on that. So I'm going to get there eventually. You know, one way or the other, I'm going to figure out how to do just that for the rest of my life. I don't know how much longer I'll live, but I want to be able to do what I want to do and enjoy it. It's Monday, but I am above ground, so I am good tonight. Yeah, I could tell you a lot about death, and I think to me at this point, it doesn't really matter if I'm above ground, below ground. There's really no relevance to it. I hope so. I haven't made a tornado plan yet for when I have Mabel. I can't pull up the trap door to the basement with the 2 kids, and I won't risk going outside and around to the other doors. Okay, I got you. I got you. Well, that's where you, maybe here's what you do. You have a box, right? And you put the 2 kids in the box, and then you open the trap door. Something they can't get out of. I don't know. Or, of course, an old safety guy myself would tell you to find an interior room and hunker down. But yes, if you got a basement, it's even better. So it's even better. Around here, if they come, we'll go to an interior room, but what am I going to do? We had that big tornado system that came through a couple of years ago that wiped out a large area here, took out trees for about 4 miles and houses and everything. And, if a tornado is going to take you out, a tornado is going to take you out. I do think you should take precautions, and we do that. We have lights and emergency lights, all of that type of stuff that you can have, blankets hidden back, that in case, but all we can do is hunker down into an interior bathroom and let it pass. Because tornadoes are just so unpredictable, you just don't know what it's going to do. We've all seen those photos and images of where a tornado has literally wiped out houses all around a house and just kind of let it be there. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Where they take a whole row of houses out, but yet one is standing. We have great weather temp-wise next week, but storms yeah. Well, Ken, as you know, same here. We have fairly good weather temps now. But after the winter, or coming out of winter, when the temperature goes up, then comes the storms, But I'm shocked that now, look, it's only, the 2nd of March. There's a really good chance, I believe, that we will have yet another big snow event. I really do. March, we usually get a heavy, wet snow in this part of the country. It doesn't last long, and it warms up really quick. Tammy says, all of our rooms have windows except for the hallway and bathroom, but the hallway has an old door attached to his room that has glass panel built out of it. Well, that's not good. Ken says, I'm hopeful that the snow that they're getting today will be the last bit of snow they get this year. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, that's too bad, Jamie. You know, you definitely got to figure out a safe route for that somewhere. Even if it means the best of the worst, right? You pick the spot in the house that's the best of the worst. But you're right. Going outside is probably not the smartest thing. But here, I mean, you can always get into a bathtub. I know you probably got a window in your bathroom, but one thing I would tell you, if you're because you know I used to do emergency planning, is you can get yourself a big heavy blanket and put it over you when you get in the bathtub. Now it may not stop, and then you all get in the bathtub and lay low, and then the glass debris at least won't cut you and fall on you. So the blanket will help keep your body from being damaged somewhat, not crushed necessarily. But you probably have an old cast iron tub in that house versus these cheap fiberglass ones that would probably hold up better. Yeah, I really hope we don't get any more snow either. One is enough for me, but I just get a feeling that the temp's going to drop on one of these storms, and you know the ground may not be super cold, but it's going to snow heavy, and we're going to get a couple inches of snow, or maybe 8 inches of snow. But then by the next day, it's all going to be just a big mush, because that's usually what happens. There's been a few times here that we've gotten over 20 inches of snow in March. So around here, what I tell people is you don't want to go plant anything until tax day. So thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way, if I haven't asked for that yet. But tax day, April the 15th, is when I recommend you could start planting your produce and stuff here in our part of the country. Because usually after April the 15th, we get no more cold weather. So that's kind of my rule of thumb. And thinking of April the 15th, tax day, I just got done writing my check to pay the damn government. So I haven't mailed it in yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow. But I wrote my tax check. I put a note on there. Donald, could you please send me back my money? My wife needs a house. You know. Steps. Yeah, okay. But we gotta, yeah, I mean, I've seen the aftermath of tornadoes and hurricanes and things, and I know you can do all you can to protect yourself, which is good, don't get me wrong, and from mudslides and flooding. But man, when Mother Nature, one thing I like about Mother Nature is what I find is extremely fascinating about Mother Nature. It could literally take what humans built, took them a decade, took them 1,000 years to build, whatever. It could take the best, strongest, most environmental friendly, the toughest structure in the world, and Mother Nature can come in and wipe that sucker out in a minute, boom. That's why I respect Mother Nature and like it so much, because even as a kid, it always fascinated me how humans were building these structures, like houses, business buildings. Tornado would come in and whoop, wipe them out, you know. Ken, hopefully you get no more snow. Yes. Yes, no more snow for Ken. Or anybody, Pat included. But that's always fascinated me that humans think, oh no, I mean we build buildings that have a lot of earthquake science to it, which is cool. Storm, you know, we really do. And I like the technology, I'm very familiar with it. But I'm telling you, whether it's a typhoon, hurricane, earthquake-proof building, I don't care what you build. If Mother Nature really wants it, Mother Nature will take it. I'm just telling you, I don't care. If you have some freak weather in the desert, the pyramids could be gone in a blink of an eye. Dennis should be Father Nature, or Daddy Nature. There you go. There you go. There you go. Everybody said hello to Dennis. Dennis, how are you? Dennis, I've been working on Lorelai's party. Man, guys, I'm going to tell you. We've been working on this 40th birthday for Lorelai, or at least stressing for it. 6 months? 6 months. Easy. And we're on the home stretch. It's this Saturday. The cost keeps going up and up and up for the party, but it is this Saturday. So hopefully after this Saturday, my pockets will not be screaming with pain. Baby daddy nature, yes. Yep. Jamie, John and Scott will also be upset. Dennis, hi you all. Good to see you, MAP and AV. Again, yes, they will be MVP. You don't need any more snow in Columbus, Indiana. Pat says yes. Nobody needs any more snow. Hiya, Dennis. Dennis, are you back home or are you still traveling? You know, last time you buzzed us, you were in the air, 30,000 feet, flirting with, what do they call them now? Are they still called stewardess? Or are they called something else now? Flight attendants, right? So they're not stewardesses anymore, they're flight attendants. Hello, Brother Dennis from PAC, good to see you. So yeah, I can't wait for this party to be over with. My wallet is aching and crying and hurting very bad. Now, Lorelai may get a bunch of gifts, but David is still going to be broke. Flight attendants, there you go. But today, James sent me a message a few minutes ago. He has sent a gift package for Lorelai from California. He is sending Lorelai a boatload treats that he got from Seafood City in California, fresh out of a bakery, a Filipino bakery. So they're on their way here. He sent me the tracking stuff, so it'll be here by Friday. Please return the stewardesses to the upright position. There you go. There you go. Hello, Dennis from Tim. How are you? Hola, Tim. Tim, good to see you in the Philippines. So, man, Dennis, I don't know, man. I'm excited for this party to be over with. It's a lot of work. You know what my wife tried to do? You guys are just getting here. You know what my wife tried to do, Dennis? Jamie, Ken, Pat. You know what my wife tried to get me to do for her birthday party? Yeah. Let me tell you what my wife tried to do. My wife wants to have, what is she calling this? A special, a grand toast. A grand toast. Is Lawson in the house? Hey, Lawson, sorry, I didn't see you coming in. Lawson, how are you? How's camp? Are you still at camp this week? It's good to see you, my friend. Lawson's a great young person. He's going to become a leader of the free world someday. I can already tell it and know it. I'm just telling you, he's a rising star. So, backstabbing birthday celebration. Oh my God, it's just crazy. The drama. Save the drama for your mama. Well, there is no mama. Oh no, what I was thinking, but still listening to what this may be. Hello, Lawson, good to see you. So my wife says, okay, look, you got to give me a grand toast. Because it's a, now look, I am leading the conference, the birthday party, I am leading it. Because I'm going to make some announcements and talk about some things that Jamie knows and Dennis could probably relate to, but with the makeup girl and the TikTok crap. I am making a little thing about focusing on Lorelai and the party, blah, blah, blah. And of course, telling everybody where the bathroom is. But everybody that's coming has been invited, so they probably have been here before. But anyway, and then I'm going to run down some things. But my wife said, oh no, you got to do a birthday toast. And I'm like, all right, I'll do one. So she decides to go to Chat GBT and look up birthday toast. So last night she sends me 3 of them and she's like, I like these 3. You pick one of these 3. I'm like, now wait a minute. Why are you picking the toast that I should be giving you? That's not right, So I don't know what she was thinking. Like, oh my God, what is my husband gonna say? That's probably what she's worried about. What the hell is David going to say? Because David has a tendency to, say things that people get offended by, that hurts people's feelings. Control, yeah. So I laughed at her and said, sorry, I'll just wing it, do my own as always. But I am running the program for a while. So, because I got some announcements to make when I do this. Jamie, Pat says hello to Lawson. Oh no, what I was thinking. Jamie likes the party concept. Set some rules for the guests. We got them right here. We got rules. We got rules. One, there's always, number one rule in my house is, what do you think the number one rule, and I have another question for you. What do you think the number one rule in my house is? Does anybody guess? I mean, seriously, it's a serious question. If you get it right, I'll take my shirt off. What's the number one rule in my house? You want to know that I got rules. Man, don't get me fired up about the rules. Don't take, no, that's one of the rules, but not the number one rule. Don't take more than you bring. Yeah, that's a damn good standard, kid, let me tell you. Don't start drama. No, that's one of the rules. Well, I like the drama because then I get to be a drama king. Take your shoes off? No, I don't give a shit about that. That's a Filipino Asian thing. I'm an American. I could give a shit about that. I like mopping the floor. I don't do that. It's fine if you do. I've studied that concept, whether it's more hygienic to remove shoes, and I do believe it is. No tripods. Well, that's going to be discussed, kind of. But no. Ken says, I give up. That's because you're old, man. Come on, Ken. Young people wouldn't give up. No TikTok? No. No loading food in the car until the end of the party? Well, that's on here. But no, that's not the number one rule. Number one rule in my house. After 17 years, it's a habit. Get it, Lily. Get it. Kick its ass. Get it. That's my dog. My dog's waking up going, I'm a badass. I got 3 legs, but I'm a badass. Number one rule in my house, no smoking. Come on, I don't smoke. Number one rule. Yeah, flush the toilet, that's a good one too. No smoking. No smoking. Number one rule. No smoking in the house. Come on. Everybody. We don't actually have a lot of rules. We have a lot of appropriate behavior. And we truly don't have a lot of problems except for the food issue, which we have resolved the food issue. We have. We've had enough parties. People know us well enough to know now how things are done at our house when it comes to the food. And we put it in writing. And that's a great one. Yes, wow, that should be given. Who smokes or vapes in someone else's? You'd be shocked, Lawson says, dirty shoes in the house is a no-go. Well, I didn't say they were going to be dirty, Lawson. I mean, how do you determine if they're dirty or not? Are you, come on, man. You got like a chemistry test that you take and go put some chemicals on it. Oh, it rings dirty. Come on, man. No, I don't disagree with the concept. Dirty shoes out, clean in. I don't disagree with that. Am I good at it? No, because I can't walk barefoot. I am one of these humans that cannot walk barefooted or, without shoes. Pat likes that. Yes, I'm a smoker and I don't smoke in my house. I go out and say, Tim's got it figured out. But that seriously is my number one rule. Don't smoke in my house. Just don't do it. Number 2 rule. What do you think the number one? No, that's number 1. So what's number 2? It's not flushing the toilet, but that's really close. Pat says, go outside to smoke too. The number 2 rule, which is, and now remember my personality. The number 2 rule is extremely close to number 1. but it has nothing to do with smoking or, that. Then as number 2, bring lots of AC arm candy? No. I had a friend who's coming this weekend who's single, asked me if there's any single women here. And I'm like, no, there's not. They're all old and ugly. There's no single women coming. They're just married women that wear a lot of makeup. But, so sorry, Dennis, no arm candy. Don't drink all the beer? No. Number two, I'll tell you, because this is important to me. Don't take it home? Nah, I don't care about that. If you bring it, you shouldn't. This is a great question, and I'll get to number 2 in a second. But here's a great, if you bring alcohol to a party, now, it's one thing if you bring your own little cooler, right, for yourself, and you kind of keep it with you, or you put it outside where you sit or something. But if you bring alcohol to a party and it goes up on the counter with the other alcohols, if it doesn't get drunk or consumed all the way, do you take it home or do you leave it for the host? I've never took an alcohol to a party that I took away from the party. But I've seen people do this. They will bring something in and I'll put it up over here with the other stuff, and then they just take it home. Because they give it to me. Don't drink all the beer, take the alcohol home, oh my God, leave it, Dennis. Yeah, right? But right, Dennis? You would leave it. You wouldn't go get it and take it home. Jamie says, I would leave it. Right. Okay, so I'm not crazy, right? Because we've had that happen, and I'm kind of like, and look, all the alcohol that we have at our house, I push. Because look, obviously I'm not drinking it because it's still in the bottle. So I put it out for people to drink. I want them to consume what I put out. Now I'm going to hide my Red Horse. James sent me a couple of these, 6-packs, and I'm going to hide them the day of the party. So that way people can't steal them or drink them. Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's tacky, and I don't know if people don't realize it's tacky, or do they think alcohol is so important and expensive that they gotta take it home. But I've never done that. We don't take anything home. We go to events, we take things, but we don't take anything home. I have a real bad thing about eating food that has been left out in the air for more than 2 hours. And if it's potato chips, all right, different story. I'm a little weird when it comes to food hygiene. Your contribution is, even if I agree, right? Should be left for the host. No, I agree. It's just weird, right? So we have that happen here with this community. But here's my number 2 rule. And I wish to God I would have enforced my number 2 rule before the Halloween party we had 2 years ago. Just say that. Number 2, don't hurt my dog. If you're negative to my dog, I'm going to break your arms, your legs, chop your head off, and I'm going to put you in the barbecue grill, and we're going to be eating you next week. So, no bueno, dog. You better act like you like my dog. You better suck up to my dog. Well, Dennis, no makeup allowed. Well, that'd be a really good one, but we'd all be scared then. I leave food. I have Tupperware. I just ask those to wash it. Yep, and pick it up. Yep, we do the same. But Dennis, I like the makeup one because I don't understand. And maybe it's because truly, and Jamie's a girl, so maybe she has some insight. But I don't understand why you'd want to look like somebody you're not. I really don't. I think I just don't get it. I mean, and maybe I'm a guy and I didn't grow up wearing makeup. I don't know why communities and groups want to paint their faces so much. Now, I get it. If you're going into battle and you're trying to scare your foe in battle, well, maybe. Or to get psychologically psyched up to go kill people, well, maybe. But to go out and put, why are you not, why, I don't get it. I really don't. And I mean that. I really don't understand that. Number 2 rule is don't eat all the deviled eggs. There you go. I like deviled eggs, by the way. So those are the big 2 rules. Don't touch my dog, don't hurt my dog, don't smoke in the house. We usually don't have much drama because I think I intimidate people. I don't know why, but I've been told all my life I'm extremely intimidating. So I think people are on guard around me a lot. I think people kind of, don't. I think they act differently around me than they do in other places. So I do have I've done a video. I'm going to re-release it under Living with a Filipina about how to be a Philippine party host. We do have a setup for the guys out in the garage, my poor garage. For all the guys that are supposed to be coming, they can go hang out and drink out there and get away from the women folk. I do think, I tell you, the creepy, I don't know, Lorelai has, and all of you guys are welcome, so you guys all have an invitation. But we've done this party is by invitation only. When we have the tropical shirt or the Halloween party, we just open it up to anybody. Pat likes that. So, but yes, the food issue. I made the announcement in the past about the food issue. Now, like at the baby shower and at Lorelai's birthday party, we just put it in writing. And we've sent the itinerary to everybody. So if you're coming, you get a copy of the itinerary on your phone. So you know the schedule of the events and you know when it's time to pack up food. If you want to leave before then, well, you don't get to pack up food. So, oh yeah, Tim, I like that. I should make an announcement when I do my announcement early. Remember, all of you ladies are on a diet. Tim from the Philippines wanted me to remind you all that you're on a diet. Yeah. How many shoes will I get thrown at me? Got suck it up, buttercup. Yes, got to respect the damn dog. That's right. You better respect my dog. I'll put a shoe up your ass. I got a guy years ago. Well, not years ago. Yeah, years ago. Back when Daisy was a little bitty thing. I had a buddy of mine that I've known since elementary school or junior high. And known him. And I know he's not a big animal person. But my little dog Daisy was, I don't know, maybe a year old. And he came by for summer. Oh, he's going to, I'll tell you, you want me to tell you another story? I'll tell you a story. And he is a piece of shit. So let me say this. My friend is a piece of shit. His wife is dumb as a rock. A nice girl, but dumb as a rock. She's Filipino, he's Korean. So I'm just going to tell you a story. He is a scumbag. He just is. I remember now what it was. It was probably about a year after I got out of the coma, I think. And he wanted my opinion because, unbelievably, there are people out there in the world that want my opinion for some damn reason. I keep telling you, you sure? You sure you want my opinion? Because you're probably not going to like it. So, all right. Because there's 2 parts. Remind me, there's a little bit 2 parts to this. So he comes over and says, hey, I'm going to divorce my wife. And I'm like, all right, I don't give a shit what you do. And he's like, well, here's what I'm thinking about doing. What do you think? And I'm like, well, and what he was going to do, and this is what I want you to evaluate. He decided to screw his wife out of their house that they own outright. He was going to get a divorce, and he was going to do an agreement where the wife could live in the house for as long as she wanted. But the house was going to be titled. They're going to sign the house over to the husband's mother. So the deed was going to be in that. Or what? No, here's what he's going to do. He was going to let her live in the house for as long as he owned the house. That's what it was. So the wife could live in the house for as long as the husband owned the house. Then the husband, after that was agreed upon, he was going to sign the house over to sell the house to his mother. And then he was going to kick the wife out of the house and take the house back. God, oh my God. Alexa's in the house. Hello, I'm new in this. Thank you for being new. Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate you. We do indeed. Thank you for joining us. So love having new people and all the time. If you ask questions, chime in, give comments, be friendly, and say hello to everybody. They will be hello to you. So he asked me what I thought. Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has their own. Yes, yes, and they're all full of hot air, right? So I told him, he's like, so what do you think? You think that will work? And I'm like, well, I'm sure it would work, but it just shows how big of a piece of shit you are, because your aging mother, who's like in her 70s, you're going to stick her in the middle of your divorce, and then you're going to rob your wife of her share of the house, even though you guys have been married 30 years. She kept the house clean, fed you, did all the housework, everything for... I said, no bueno. If you want to get a divorce, just do it fairly. And I know that sounds horrible. Just do it. Give her what she needs and wants, blah, blah, blah. And so everybody's saying hello to Alexa. All right. How old do you think I am? That's the question. It's not how old I really am, but it's how old you think I am. That's my question. So I told him that. But anyway, while he was there, my poor little poopy dog, who's dead now because she died of a heart attack, bastards, was bothering him. And he moved, and he took his foot, and he moved her. And I reminded him, I'm not going to say his name, but I reminded him, said, hey, remember, I know you don't like animals, but you hurt my dog, I'm going to break your effing legs. Remember? Because we all grew up together. He knows how I am. So I had to remind him, look, you won't walk out of here without without broken legs if you hurt my dog. So everybody's saying hello, hello. Jamie says he's 44. My name is Alexis. Nice. Thank you for being here, Alexis. Good to have you. So don't hurt my dog. I think that's why she died, because she got beat up at the Halloween party. I do. But anyway, so there you go. That's one of those stories. He's the same guy that was going to, I'll tell you another story. The couple, son worked for me at the college as a student employee. Nice kid, known him all his life. So he worked for me as one of my workers in the laboratories. Well, tragically, he died out in California on Christmas vacation. I let him go. He wasn't supposed to get to go on Christmas vacation, but I rearranged. They let him go to California to visit his biological father. He never made it home. So months later, after all of this has gotten somewhat, under the water a little bit, he came and asked if he needed my advice. He's like, okay. So here's my problem. It's been 90 days since the wife's biological son, my stepson, who I raised, was killed in California. My wife is not getting over this. So he asked me point blankly, how much longer should I give her to get over this before I divorce her for not getting over this? So he wanted to divorce her because she wasn't getting over the death of her son. And he'd already given her 90 days before he files the divorce because she's not getting over the death of her son. So this is how we know he's a piece of crap, right? So he wanted my opinion about how much longer, if any, should he give her. All right. How many people are divorce laws? Yeah. Divorce laws are real common, and yeah, it is, Ken. How many people speak Spanish? I don't know. You might be able to Google it. The internet might be able to tell you how many people speak Spanish. I don't have a clue. I don't know how many people speak any language. I don't have a clue. Ken says that's a good question. It is, but I think they're real common. I mean, there's a common thread in divorce in every country. Separation times matter. Do you live together? How long have you been separated? A lot of those things. Some states want you to be separated a longer time before you get a divorce. Some states are no default states. Some states you got to have a default. All of those things. Miss Avocado trailer is uploaded finally for your approval. So Alexa speaks Spanish. Outstanding. That's great. Do you speak English? Do you speak Russian? Tagalog? Do you speak any other languages besides Spanish? You do. Excellent. Excellent. You'll go far in the world. There's no set time limit for grief. I agree. So he asked me, and what do you think my answer was? I told him, one, I did it calmly to begin with. I told him, I said, like Tim is going on. I said, look, you can't decide when somebody is done grieving. You don't get to decide that. A mother who loses her child, I don't believe ever gets done grieving the loss of their child. I don't think it ever ends. I just don't. I think they carry that baggage with them until they die. And I told him, point blank, I said, now, here's what you need to understand. I don't care what you do in life, but if you divorce your wife because she's grieving over the death of her son, I'm going to take you outside of this Chick-fil-A and I'm going to beat your little ass up and down the parking lot like there's no tomorrow. Find a better reason if you want to divorce her. You know, so I speak English well. Nice. This is a good point. Yes. So, you know, it's like, come on. I don't believe that. And I don't know how men deal with it, but I think men deal with things differently than women, of course. So I got a good feeling. Alexis says, hello, Alexis, where are you from? What part of the world are you in? What grade are you in? So, we don't have to have all this drama in life. So I told them all of that. And they're still together. They hate each other, but they have way too much money to divorce. You know, so they won't divorce because he would have to give up half of their wealth to her. She won't divorce him because she would lose half the wealth. You know, so I'm like, we don't want to hear it anymore. So, but that's part of that deal. You may not like my advice. But yes, we have rules for the party. I am going to be the host master to start with. Zara, how do you feel about these? I have no clue. X, Y, X. You talking about mathematical equations, my young friend? I took college algebra 20 years ago. I really have no desire about X times Y times X. Could care less. I don't have to do math anymore. I'm, just that way. I don't know what you're trying to say, but we will show your comment. You got blanked out. So I have no clue what your mathematical equation is. Puts bra back on, leaves live. I have no clue what that is. But I'm happy for you. But I don't know what you're doing, but if you wear a bra, more power to you. If you don't, more power to you. I don't think any of us care, unless you're really good looking, and I don't think you are, but we don't care. That's your weird business. No, not math. That's right, man. I retired from teaching. I don't have to do math anymore unless I have to do math. And so I'm not worried about order of operation. Not worried about it. I'm not teaching math. Now, when our friend's little baby gets older, I will teach her basic. Oh, you want another story? Let me tell you another story. And I want you guys, this is a test. And my wife is listening. She's going to hate me. I have a test for you all. Are you guys ready to take a test? Again, I saw the trailer and loved it, especially with the song. Flows great. My brother is going to school tomorrow. Well, it's good. Why don't you? Are you not going to school? Did you get kicked out of school? Is there a problem? Why are you not allowed in school? So, do not study. I know, you did not study. But here's a test. You guys want a test? I'm going to give you a test. Let's say, and I'm going to use hypothetical numbers. That way, my wife is listening. At least, I won't get in as much trouble. So, if you have a baby that weighs, and maybe Jamie's an expert in this, you got a baby that weighs 7 pounds and 14 ounces at birth. Got it? 7 pounds, 14 ounces. They go to the doctor a few weeks later, and they weigh 8 pounds, 2 ounces. How much did they gain? I know you guys can do it. 7.14 to 8.2. How much did they gain? And if, come on, I know you guys can do it. I had to give my wife an F yesterday. So come on, and she's a really smart girl. So come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. I know Dennis could probably get it right. If it involves girls, he can probably get it right. Oh, this one's babies. No arm candies involved. Baby weighs 7.14, then weighs 8.2. How much did the baby gain? What's the difference? Alexa says, my brother was sick today. We are very sorry to hear that your brother was sick today. Hopefully he didn't eat any crayons that made him sick. Hopefully tomorrow, so you said he's better and he's going to go back to school tomorrow. Well, make sure he catches up on his homework. Because a lot of times, young people will skip school just so they don't have to do homework or take tests. All right? Do better, be better. Be a role model to your young brother, young person. You guys all went quiet on me. Nobody has the mathematical answer to this? Come on, don't make me give the whole entire chat a big fat F. Don't make me come in here. Don't make me come in here. Where are you guys at? Where's my live stream at on my computer? Don't make me come in here and do this. F, 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 F. Don't make me give you an F. Don't make me give you an F. Or, as I gave Lorelai yesterday, I gave her an F minus. I gave her an F minus on her test yesterday. I know you guys can do it. If you need to get the calculator on your phone going, get the calculator on your phone going. It's okay. You can do it. If you need to ask your neighbor, ask your neighbor. We had 3 Filipinos working on this yesterday. The other 2 finally, after about 10 minutes of going back and forth on the internet, agreed with me that I was right. But my wife just wouldn't give it up. She kept trying to, no, so come on now. I know you guys can do it. And if you can't do it, I'm going to be really disturbed. Excuse myself due to pregnancy brain. But what was those 2 weights? All right. Pregnancy brain girl. The baby weighs 7 pounds, 14 ounces. Goes to the doctor, comes home and weighs 8 pounds and 2 ounces. How much did the baby gain? I wish I had the Jeopardy song. See, I even have squishy brain from the coma, and come on. That's right, 7.14 to 8.2. That's correct. Went from 7.14 to 8.2. That's correct. I am really starting to wonder about you guys. I think all of the men went and hid Jamie. They went, oh crap, math, I'm going to go hide. I got to go pee. My brother was sick because he didn't hear. My brother was sick because he didn't hear. Well, that's interesting. Maybe take the crayons out of his ears? I don't know. Is that why he couldn't hear? Or are you trying to say that your little brother was stuffed up in the head and he couldn't hear very well. Is that what you're trying to say? So hopefully he can hear today. But you need to take care of your little brother. That's what, you're supposed to do. Older siblings, their number one job is to take care of their little siblings. Man, I'm starting to wonder about all you guys, man. And I used to tell people I have some of the smartest followers in the freaking world. Thank God, Tim is in the house. Just a few ounces, 120 ounces. No, approximately 4. 4 ounces is the difference. 4 ounces. 4 ounces. 4. I had the same expression yesterday when all 3 of them looked at me like I was apeshit crazy because they were all debating how much weight the baby gained. And I kept telling them 4 ounces. There's 16 ounces in a pound, right? There's not 20 ounces in a pound. If you weigh 714, or you can't weigh more than 816. So if you weigh 820, what is that? That's 904. That's 94, right? It rolls over at 16 ounces. Well, hey, hi, lay to me. I lied to you. Well, there you go. Understand that. When you get to ounce number 16, you start a new pound. And you don't keep going. You start over. New pound, new 1, 2, and 3. Thank God, Tim, a military man who probably had to do math in the military, was able to solve this equation before I had to give you all, I mean all of you, a big, fat F minus. Just saying. You guys had me worried for a minute. I'm not lying. You had me worried. I don't know where I was going with that, but there you go. AI is not always smart. I agree with you. I'm just glad, man, tell you what. I mean, it's really not that hard of a concept, boys and girls. And she argued and argued and argued, and I kept telling her, you have to understand, when I was teaching science, basic math, such as ounces, grams, kilograms, liters, milliliters, I used to have to teach college students the very basics of milliliters and liters. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to basic math. I'm just telling you. My brother is in grade 1. Wow. Is your brother an ugly kid or a good kid? Or a nice looking kid? Does your brother like school? I bet you he likes school. All children should like school and want to go there every day, including Saturdays and Sundays. If you're a smart kid, you will never, ever, ever want to leave school. You will. Even if they run out of French fries, you are going to want to stay at school. Oh, my battery's getting low. All right. So there you go. That's all I know today. Thank you all for the thumbs up. I will be depressed even longer due to the math equations that we filled upon today. My goodness gracious. What are we going to do with all of you? Remember to give us a thumbs up. I was watching the news earlier. We got that done. Let me double check some things. I got to remember to do that. He sent me an email. I'm reading that. So, man, I tell you what. Sometimes I wonder, Miss Avocado, the queen of avocados. Yeah, I've known people that were professional students too. I literally have. I've known people that were professional students. I didn't really care for any of them, but I knew them. All right, so what I got to do now is we're going to wind this wonderful live stream down because I got a bunch of stuff I got to do tonight. The phone battery is getting low itself. So it's after 6. My dog Lily is saying, it's after 6, you better feed me. Feed me, feed me, feed me. She's giving me the evil look. She moved to the doorway, positioned herself to stare at me like, because it's after 6. And after 6 is when she feeds. In my defense, Detroit education, yes. And a screaming baby. All right, we'll give you credit. I'll give you a D- instead of an F-. So, because my wife wasn't even using her. She was trying to do it on paper. We'll give you that. So, but I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. Thank you all for the thumbs up as we leave. I got to get out of here. And yeah, pets know time more than you know. Our dogs know if I oversleep to get me up. They know. They know everything. I'm telling you. But we appreciate all of you wonderful people. We will be live again tomorrow. I'll probably be in here complaining about something else tomorrow. So thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate y'all. Thumbs up and see you tomorrow.